folks, my name is Nick. Today I want to show you my Yamaha Maple Custom jungle kit. This is kind of a unique little rig. I can't get a Gretsch Micro Brooklyn kit, so I figured I'd use some of my extra drums. I have a big collection of these Yamaha Maple Customs and I love them, but I don't usually use these three drums from it. I've got an 8x8 tom that doesn't see a lot of use, and then I've got a 12x10 tom that doesn't see a lot of use either, because I have a 12x8 that's a lot easier to reach. And I have this 16x14 inch mounted floor tom that I've converted into a bass drum, and it's set up with a Emad head, an Evans Emad on the batter, and it's got a Remo Ambassador as the reso, and right now the Emad's got the thick dampening ring, and on the reso I've got a couple of pieces of sheepskin taped to the inside, and so I got a nice controlled and punchy bass drum sound. And the toms have Renaissance Emperors, and they sound great. And then this snare drum is it's supposed to be a USA Custom, and I'm not sure that it is, because it's got all kinds of, it's got some holes that have been filled, and I have a sneaking suspicion that it was a Gretsch Blackhawk that somebody converted, because it looks like the two holes are like a tom mount. It's on, you can only see in the inside, but anyway, it's a 12x5, and it's got die cast hoops and, you know, a stop sign badge and a Gibraltar strainer, and it works great for this little kit. I guess the most unique thing about this kit is how I have this bass drum set up. And, you know, because there's a lot of floor tom conversion kits, but there's not a lot of mounted floor tom conversion kits. And so anyway, I got some of those Gibraltar R-Class universal clamps and some Ludwig Gullwing bass drum legs, and a Gibraltar pedal riser, which is attached to it comes with a universal clamp. So that's how the bass drum's supported. With the pedal riser, the fact that I have die cast hoops on this drum makes the pedal riser angle up a little bit. And so when I use my pedal with it, I put a little bit of that adhesive felt on it so that I don't have to tighten my pedal down, because otherwise it bottoms out on the tightening screw. I may just heat that up and bend it so it's more it's straighter on the ground, but it's fine for now. And then on the tom mount here, this is the crazy part. Inside this tom mount there is a Yamaha hex rod with the resin ball, but my friend lathed the resin ball so that it fits down in this tom arm. And so what I did is I just put a wine cork, I cut it to size so I could have the right height, and then I just put that tom arm in there and filled it up with super glue, and it's really solid. It works great. I was a little bit worried about using this yes mount to hold a tom, but then I got to thinking, this huge drum's been holding its own weight since the 90s on that yes mount with no problem, and so I figured it wouldn't be that big a deal to hold a 8-inch tom occasionally. So for the hardware, it's all lightweight stuff: flush bass Sakai cymbal stands with gear tilters, and a Sakai flat bass hi-hat stand. This doesn't have an adjustable spring, so it's pretty stout too, so you just got to learn a pretty heavy spring with small cymbals, but that's not a big deal. And then it's not a bad stand. For the snare, I've got a Tama Classic snare stand, which is nice and lightweight and super adjustable. And then and my semi-trusty Tama Camco pedal. My floor tom's got these R-Class clamps with some generic floor tom legs, and holds it up great. And then the cymbals, I just got some small, like hi-hat cymbals. These are 13-inch. This is a 13-inch K Brilliant top over a 13-inch Master Sound top. So they're pretty thin, but you know, they got a nice chick. And then I'm using this Constantinople. This is a thin high, and it's a sin that they don't make this one anymore because it's a great little cymbal. 20-inch. It's got a great crash. Yeah, it's kind of a more of a ride crash ride type cymbal. It's really great. And then this I borrowed from a friend. This is a Istanbul Mehmet 61st anniversary ride. It's a 21-inch with 2 rivets. So maybe I'll give it back to him. Who knows? I like it though. And so yeah, that's my little kit. When I bring it to gigs, I put it in cases, and then I can put all the hardware in one of those Lowe's tubs, and the snare and 2 toms fit in that tub in their cases with the hardware. So then I have my cymbal backpack and my 16-inch floor tom to carry separately, and that pretty much does it. Packs up real easy. But again, I just like the fact that I'm getting some more use out of these drums that I don't bring out a lot. This 16-inch drum is probably the best sounding floor tom that I own. But you know, I don't bring a 16 out a lot, and it's also really important for me to keep the kit original and not do any drilling, so that I can use it how it was originally made. And it was the first real kit that I got as a kid. Like, I went to Manny's and special ordered it, and it was, you know, it started off as like this 6-piece with 3 toms and 2 mounted floor toms, and it grew. I ended up getting an 18-inch bass drum for it, and swapping out a couple of the power toms for traditional size toms, and you know, matching snare and this and that. So you know, it's an awesome little kit. Anyway, I hope this video helps you if you're looking to convert your mounted floor tom into a bass drum, or maybe if you're a Yamaha person and have been discriminated against by the bass drum conversion companies. And but yeah, it's a lot of fun to play, and I've been bringing it out quite a bit. So anyway, I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Peace.